beer time! We got a new guest today. Miss Alyssa has finally joined us. The lovely spouse of Mr. Will, who's been on here a few times. Only for the spiciest of beers. We have the Sweetwater 420 strain mango Kush.
Yes.
Wheat ale. Because there's extra that I couldn't read at once. If you don't like the G13 because it's a bit much, this might be the answer for you. Because it's wheat and fruity, but still has that dank taste and smell to it. Give it a smell before I give it a pour. You'll know what I'm talking about. What does that smell like?
That smells like marijuana.
It smells like danky devil's lettuce.
That smells good. That's what that smells like.
That's that wacky tobacco taste.
That disco lettuce.
We're going to split this one and talk about it. I personally like this one more than the standard G13. I think it has more to offer as a beer as a whole. Some might disagree.
What do you categorize as more to offer?
I think the G13 is just a standard IPA that has the marijuana hemp-esque hops added to it as a gimmick, while this one is actually a full-fledged, full-bodied beer that offers something new and new flavors.
Okay.
So we have the gimmick to the taste.
How do they get this happening? Because it's not
There is a specific kind of hop that has this smell to it and taste to it.
Okay.
There's specific G13 strain.
Okay. It's not bad. It doesn't taste as good as it smells.
The smell is outrageous. And I've known multiple people who have gone to the brewery, Sweetwater, while brewing this beer that it stunk up the whole brewery for months on end with this very distinguished scent. The beer doesn't taste quite as much as it smells, but it is still relevant, I think. I think it's still very relevant in the beer itself. A very distinguished taste you're not going to get elsewhere. And it's this specific strand of hops used in this, plus other companies. We've done many of these danky IPAs or danky beers. We've done the Emperor, we've done the Jazz Cabbage, we did the G13, I believe. There's many of them. It's the new gimmick, the new fun thing to do, but we have one that's a wheat beer for once with a fruit flavor added to it to add that much more on top. That much more depth and layer and personality instead of just being a overly, quote-unquote danky IPA beer.
Yeah, I can't imagine what this would taste like if it didn't have a fruity layer over the top of it. Like, what would that even consist of as far as flavor? Because I feel like I need the mango in it to enjoy it.
Well, that's my thought. Of all the ones I've had, which we've had, I think, 5 on this channel, we're going to do number 6 shortly. But this one adds the most flavor to that specific family or genre of beer by adding a wheat and fruit flavor to it. Shakes up the whole thing. Everything else is kind of straight across the board. It's an IPA. It has this danky weed, marijuana-esque, hemp-esque IPA strand to it. While this one specifically adds something new, which is going to add wheat flavoring in, specifically the mango.
Yeah.
Which really rounds everything off, and I think makes the flavor that much more important because it's not just that. It's another flavor with that on top of it to make the flavor of the hemp strain shine that much more.
Yeah, and as I keep sipping it too, and I just kind of chill for a second before I take another sip, I have more of the flavor as I just kind of pace myself through the drink. So I like it.
It's very.
I'll drink it again. I'm not an IPA person at all.
It's niche. It's a gimmick, obviously, right?
Yeah.
It's very novelty, but it is also really, really good. Mm-hmm. I am one that hates wheat beers. I don't like wheat beers much at all. I think they're always very bland, gross, and boring. This one turns that whole conception of wheat beers upside down. Wheat beers are generally very light, weak, kind of considered girly a lot of times, like Blue Moon and this and that. I mean, there's no such thing as a girly beer. You like what you like. It doesn't matter. But wheat beer generally gets put in that general consumption. This one changes that whole stereotype, where it's a very full-bodied, rich, flavorful beer with multiple things going on. There is a malt taste. There's obviously a hop taste. You can taste this pseudo hemp strain, and the mango flavor really hits you in the mouth. It's a lot of mango flavor that blends perfectly with the hops. Of all the different hemp strain beers, this one is hands down my favorite. It craps on the G13, the Emperor, the dank, whatever. It's so much better because it's actually like that concept with an actual flavor instead of just running with that gimmick. Yeah. It takes it to that whole next step by far. And even some, like, you haven't had the other ones, right?
I haven't.
Like, but I'm sure you can tell, like, there is that obvious dank taste that molds with something even more beautiful with this than it being on its own.
Yeah, I haven't had any of the other ones, but I don't know if I would want to have it on its own. Now, it might still be enjoyable just because I'm kind of someone who enjoys the smell and the taste of marijuana just in general. So I feel like I might still be able to get some sort of enjoyment out of it, but just in general, because I'm not an IPA person, I would like it with a little flavor. I like a little flavor in my life.
I think this one suits the IPA aficionado even, since it is such a extremely strong, overpowering taste. To even put in a wheat beer, it still tastes like an IPA. You have the strong, obnoxious taste of this novelty hemp strain, plus fruit, plus wheat. It's a win-win across the board. If you can get the mango Kush compared to the G13, you're much more better off across the board. And this is coming from a guy that has gone through numerous 12 packs of G13. I think the mango Kush is better. Unfortunately, I feel like you can only get it out of the variety packs. I have never seen it. Oh no, I have seen it once as a 6-pack. But generally, if you're wanting to get it, it's going to be in a variety pack. But it is well worth the purchase because it also comes with the stout version, which is equally as good, which we will cover very soon. But if you now having this beer, is this a must buy, should buy, or a situational purchase?
I would say should buy. Maybe not a must. I wouldn't say that, like, if you see it, grab it because you'll never get it again. But definitely a should buy, especially if you're someone who enjoys the smell and the taste of any sort of marijuana.
The devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce.
Yes.
I think it's a hands down must buy. The specific mango Kush is the best of all the wacky tobacco versions of beer.
Yeah.
It's the best one of all of them. If that's your stick, if that's your gimmick, forget all the other ones. There's a lot. We've covered a lot of them. This is the best one. If you want it, this is a must buy. Aside from that, it's a should buy. I don't know how long it's going to be around. It's probably just going to be a 2019 thing. I don't think it's going to carry over to next year. So get it while you can. It's great. Not amazing. It's just, if you see it, get it. Final thoughts.
I agree. I have Reefer Madness.
It's simple enough for me. Reefer Madness, it's been a thing. It's only 5.0, so you can drink these all day if you want. It is a very strong and dank taste. To drink all day, you might not want to, but they are crushable. Keep that in mind. And we'll see you on the next one later.